Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for a man that I saw for the first time on the Chappelle Show. Give it up for Bob DiBuono, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Yes. How we doing, everybody? We doing good? A lot of you, if you're not from New York, you're going to realize very quickly if you're visiting, there's not a lot of personal space in New York City. People get in your personal boundaries, they don't care. The other day I was on the train, I was reading my newspaper, all of a sudden I could feel someone reading my newspaper with me. He was so close, he turned the page. I take the subway everywhere. That's what we do in New York. We take the subway, but they got to do something about the homeless people. I always give money to the homeless people, but they don't do enough. This is what they should do. Why don't they just, in the subway, pay all the homeless people like $10 an hour and make it a haunted house? That would be fun for everyone, including the homeless people. You're stuck down there at 3 o'clock in the morning in a dark tunnel. All of a sudden, the guy with one shoe pops out. Whoa. You run away from him with the guy with the blanket over his head's chasing you. You run up the stairs. There's that guy grabbing his balls for no apparent reason. Dude, you guys going clubbing tonight? No way, dude. We're going the Hardin subway. Yeah. But people see crazy stuff in New York City. I saw something crazy. Ready for this? I saw a crazy guy stab a woman in the butt. Don't get nervous. It wasn't life-threatening. It was just a little, that's all it was. Now, it didn't sound like that. I just gave it a sound effect. Matter of fact, when he did it, he looked at me, and I went, But then the guy starts to run, and I was like, oh my God, I was raised. You see something, you gotta be a good Samaritan. So I start seeing this guy running down the street, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna chase him. I'll be a hero. I'll get like a trophy from the mayor. I'll be famous. So I start chasing this guy down the street. But here's the problem, I am not fast. So it didn't even look cool that I was chasing him. It looked like two separate situations. If you were watching, it looked ridiculous. It looked like some guy was running really, really fast, and way behind him, some guy was late for work. I'll tell you who scares me the most, though, are young little punky teenagers. They scare me because you know where they are. If you don't want to know where they are, here's the way how you find them, all right? They're the ones listening to their headphones, and they can't listen to the music quietly. They have to actually act the song out, then try to scare the shit out of everybody. I'm on the train one day, this kid gets on, he's like 12. For 20 minutes, he's on the train acting out his song. He's like, he looked up at me, I had my lighter out. Then he got really mad. He's like, yo, what are you doing? I go, I'm playing the drums. Why can't I be a part of it? He's like, dude, because this is my music. I go, dude, the band's invisible. Who gives a shit? See that guy over there? No, that's a new band manager. He just fired you. Now get the hell out of here. New York is ridiculous. People think when you live in New York City, you can just meet people, you have a great social life. They're like, oh my God, you live in New York, it's so great, you have so many dates and meet all these girls. No, it's hard out there. A lot of people that are New Yorkers, that are my friends, we do the dating sites. Who's ever been on a dating site here? Clap if you've been on a dating site. There you go, there you go. All right, I was kidding, you're a loser. Anyway, just trying to find where the losers are. I did it. I'll admit it. I did a few of them. I went on Match.com. They're all a scam. Let me tell you about these dating. They're a scam. They promise you the world. They deliver nothing. I went on Match.com. I sent a picture and they rejected it. Can you believe that? They did. Then I sent another picture and they're like, no, you got to be wearing pants, like all these rules and everything. People lie in their profile. You don't even know who you're talking. This one girl goes, oh, I'm really down to earth. Oh, okay. Then I met her, and she was a midget. It was absolutely ridiculous. You'd be kidding me. You don't know who you're talking to. It's called catfishing. People make up fake profiles. Am I right? You've known about it. You could be going on there talking to him for 6 months. You go on there, you see his cute little photo. There he is. You're talking to him on Gmail. There he is. You go on his Facebook. There's a picture of him at the beach. Then you find out 8 months later, that's not even the guy who's sending the photos. They're really sending him this guy right here. My mother, you're not gonna believe this. My mother is on eHarmony. My mother, 72 years old, she divorced my dad when I was like 11, right? Goes on eHarmony, because that's the site. That's like the Lexus of the dating sites. They promise you they're gonna match you up with your soulmate. So my mother goes on there. You gotta fill out a zillion, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like homework. You gotta fill out where you went to high school, what you like to do in your spare time, what your favorite ice cream is. Then you gotta put in how many miles you want them to look for you. So she puts in like 10 miles. She can't drive, she's got spinal stenosis. She fills out all this stuff. They email it back a month later. You know what they said to her? They go, based on your criteria and our search, we found one match for you, one in your local area. Who was it? My father. It's a picture of my dad in the living room with no shirt on. And now the young people, they don't even do that anymore. The dating sites are over, sir. You know what they do now, sir? They send nudie photos. Did you know that? It's called sexting. Sir, Dad, you look like my dad. Do you know what sexting is? You're not supposed to know. You're an idiot. You're not supposed to know. Back in your day, they didn't have sexting anyway, right? You want to send a naked photo, you had to draw your penis on a piece of paper. Send it in the mail, and she had to stay horny for 3 days. Right? But he said, oh, I know. I'm old-fashioned. I'm like you. I relate to you more than I relate to young girls. This girl a couple of months ago sends me a picture on my phone of her boobs, and then she goes, your turn. I sent her my boobs. I didn't know what to do. Don't worry. I left a little mystery. But then she goes, send me a dick pic. Ugh. So I sent her a picture of my dad yelling at me. Yeah, she was like, oh my God, that is the biggest dick I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, I know, I had to live with him, he's an asshole. I can see a woman doing it, women are beautiful, but a man's body looks like a car accident. Am I right, girls? It's why do guys send nudie photos? Men are animals. We get it, we're like, ugh. You know what women do when they get it? They do what every woman does. They show it to their friends and make fun of it. I know, Lori, Sandy, Janet, get the cashier. Ah! Oh my God, it's crooked. Oh! Oh my God. Who sent it? I don't know, Grandpa. Oh! I did it once, I'll never do it again. I tried, girls, I tried to make it look good. I used 3-point lighting, I put makeup on it, and why? It's a headshot, you gotta make it look good, don't you? Ladies, do you get one from a guy? Just write something back nice. Lie to us. We're pathetic. Say anything like, oh my God, I love it, or sexy. Don't write LOL. This girl was even worse. She goes, oh my God, it's so close up. I'm like, you want my nephew in the background? Then she goes, can you put it to scale? Oh, sure, I'll have my brother's army man climbing it. This is why I live alone. I got a cat. This is why I live alone. I live alone. I got a cat. It's horrible. My mother's so attached to her cat that she leaves messages for her cat on the answering machine. She's like, I don't want to leave the cat alone because the cat gets so lonely, so I leave messages so he can hear my voice. I'm like, Mom, it's even more traumatic for the cat that he hears your voice and there's no idea where the sound's coming from. I had to go to get her mail at her house, right? Like, she's gone for like a week. A year ago, I'm at the house, she's gone, I'm getting the mail, phone's ringing, it's my mother leaving a message for the cat again. So I just hear my mother's voice. Hello, Frisky, it's Mommy, I love you, Mommy's coming home, my little baby. I picked up the phone and I was like, good night, everybody.